Welcome back to the Photographers Podcast. In Season 2, we continue to bring you expert insights, stunning locations, and in-depth photography tips to take your skills to the next level. This season, we will be on location in places like Scotland and Casaloma, as well as in-person interviews with master photographers. Get ready for pro techniques, creative inspiration, and behind-the-scenes stories. Here is your host, Randy Nickerson.
Welcome to the Photographers Podcast, and welcome to our first show of the new season. We're here in the historic mansion of Casaloma. This building was built in 1911 and features such beautiful rooms such as this greenhouse. The library is over there. We're going to take you through all the rooms. We're going to talk about the challenges of getting some of the shots and kind of what works and what doesn't work. And we're glad to bring you along. Let's go. So one of the great features in this room is this stained glass ceiling that is just magnificent. I don't know how hard it was to install it, but it really makes for some great photos here. I've got my wide angle lens, but I also have my fisheye lens, which I'm going to use to capture the whole ceiling and a lot of this room. You know, if you've been watching the show before, you know I love this lens, and I'm going to show you the results I can get from it. As well, the lighting in here is fantastic, so you can shoot at a really low ISO. You're going to really enjoy the time you spend in here. I suggest you get in here early before everybody shows up, because this is the room they all go to. Okay, so we're done shooting now in the greenhouse room. Love this place. And on the way out, I did some reading and I found out that these doors here were made not here in Canada. They were brought here, and I think the cost was around $20,000. Don't hold me to it, but those are very unique doors and we definitely need to take some pictures of them. So now we've made our way into the library, and as you can tell by that ceiling, this is a gorgeous place. I think we're talking about 10 to 12 chandeliers in here, but it's such a big room, it's kind of hard to isolate something other than just this big room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some of the architectural features, some of the books, some of the things that are in behind the glass, trying to get to the little unique phases that are in this part of the building. So now we're in the study, and you might think that this is the focus of all your attention, which there's some beautiful shots here. I mean, look at the colors here. But as they say in photography, sometimes your best shots are behind you. And behind us is this beautiful fireplace that I was able to get like a wide angle shot of, and it just filled the frame, and I'm going to love it. We're in Lady Mary's suite now, and For me, what I've noticed, I mean, this is a beautiful room, but I just don't know what to do to make it interesting for somebody else to look at other than just a record shot. But I did see some unique little details, such as the phone over there. So I think I'm going to go down there, try to play around with the phone, see if there's something I can get. But otherwise, it's a very difficult subject to get. So here we are in Lady Mary's solarium, and there's far more things to shoot in this room than there was in the bedroom. We've got a beautiful chandelier up there. The room is set up in a beautiful formation that I can get all of it. We've got this area here that's, I don't know, it's just, when you look at the chandelier, you just see how it's made. I want to do something with that. And I'm a lot more excited in here than I was in the other room. So I'm probably looking like I'm in a silhouette to you right now. And I did that on purpose because earlier on, I saw a friend of mine standing down here getting ready to take a shot. And he was just so silhouetted against the window. I thought, you know, that's a fantastic shot. So even though we're here to shoot this building, look around for things that just appear to you and be ready to take them, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be an awesome shot. So we're in Sir Henry's bedroom here, and you could see it's huge and very masculine compared to Lady Mary's. One of the things he's looking here is there's this beautiful tiger rug, and he's got his top hat and coat over here. So you can get a sense of how he lived. So we got into the Sir Henry's bathroom here, and look at a rain shower. So I'm going to try to see if I can make any, look at all these different knobs that we have here. And what this is a lot of detail you can take advantage of as a photographer. And if you come onto the other side, you can see what looks to be more of the plumbing system here. And all of these ribs, if you take a shot this way, you can get some nice patterns and do something other than just taking the big picture in here. And that's what I'm trying to get across. Look for the little details in a building like this. That's what's going to make your photography pop. Hey folks, we'll be back to our show in just a minute. Today I want to make you aware of a really great service that's brought to you by
Ailery Technologies.
And today I have with us
Ted Peters.
Ahmed Kufaishi.
So Ahmed, why don't you tell us a bit about your Apple services?
Ailery Technologies is a full Apple service workshop, provider, and reseller. We provide all kinds of services for Apple users. We are a full one-stop shop for anything you need.
You know what? Most photographers use Apple product today. So I'm wondering, what can you do specifically for us photographers?
Well, the amazing thing is, because there's iPhoneography today, we can actually teach you how to use your camera for both photography and videography, and full circle, take it onto your computer to edit those to make it look the best that it can.
And I must say, I do this kind of as my main hobby, and I still need a lot of help. So how would someone get in touch with you to take advantage of those services?
We're located at 337 King Street West in Oshawa, and we're an Apple authorized service provider. We'd like to see you here.
Great, guys. And I definitely will be coming by for some of that help. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, folks, we're going to get back to our show. But once again, if you have any math-related questions, you can come to either Ahmed or Ted here at
Ailery Technologies.
Thanks, guys. We're about to enter the room of the group of 7. These are original group of 7 paintings that are on display here at Casaloma, and we're really lucky to have that kind of access to see these beautiful pieces of art. You can see this is a beautiful, totally round room full of artwork from these fantastic Canadian masters. You can see the famous picture of them up on the wall above the fireplace over here. I mean, even to take a picture of this room is beautiful because it's all symmetrical. You can stand back here with your wide angle lens. You can get the chandelier, which I advise you get the whole chandelier in here. Don't cut it off. This is a room that just makes you feel kind of special. So what I'm finding is that because the light is coming through the window, everything in here is backlit, so it's in shadow. I'm hoping I can recover it back in Lightroom with the shadow slider. We'll see. You tell me. In keeping what this beautiful building is all about, it celebrates Canadian soldiers and their sacrifices. And this whole hallway is all about the Queen's Old Rifles. All of these paintings up here are commandants of the Queen's Old Rifles. And it makes you think about how lucky we are in Canada to live free. And it's really because of these people, these individuals here. I recommend you take time, maybe not just for photography, but just to understand our history, understand how important these people were to us. So we're here in front of the access to the 2 towers. And if you're in the mood to climb up 4 flights of stairs, and they're the circular ones too, be my guest. I've already done it. I'm going to show you the pictures I got from it, but it's pretty unique. You must do it when you come here. Again, to see the architecture that was 1911. And to get all the way to the top, you get a beautiful view of downtown Toronto. You get a beautiful view of the rest of the castle. So I recommend this every time you come. In a 500-meter tunnel that goes underneath the ground all the way across the street to the stables. This is always a lot of fun, and it's nice and cool down here, so we can really take advantage of a nice slow walk, just enjoy cooling off. As we go through here, you'll see in the tunnel, there's actually some great light, and there's a lot of history down there. So again, you don't always have to have your camera out, just enjoy your time going through here. Who would have thought that scaffolding would make a great photo? But look at it, leading lines, taking us down the hallway. I can't wait to start shooting this. So we've made it all the way to the end where the antique cars are stored and the stable. One thing I want to bring up about shooting in this kind of lighting, if we were to shoot from that side, it becomes silhouetted, therefore you get some lens flare. The key is to really look for your light. We think the best shot is from this side. The lighting's a little better behind me. All these little things you got to pay attention to when you're taking photos. So again, pay attention to where the light is when you're about to shoot something like this. Tell me when. So a common theme I have is when you're out shooting, take a moment to just enjoy where you are. So in this room here, we've got a couple beautiful antique cars. Not really going to be a competition-worthy photo, but if you look around and you look at the lights that are up here, look at it reminds me of going to the circus in the 1800s. The curtains are beautiful, and just enjoy the moment. So we've made it outside of Casaloma, and the detail in the stonework, and if we bring this in and make it black and white, this could be really outstanding if we can get some nice cloud action. So I think perspective is important when you're taking pictures of buildings for architectural purposes. Straight on, that's fine. You can show Casaloma. It's a picture that probably everybody's taken. But if you can get little aspects of it, like this centerpiece here, I think that's the answer to taking your photos from, your basic shot to your more professional shot. So try looking around, try looking for different perspectives, get on the ground, shoot up, whatever you got to do. But if you spy something, focus on it and try it. I mean, it doesn't cost any money to take the picture, right? All right, I'm here with my good friend Leif, who is also my cameraman today, so thank you very much for all that, Leif.
You're welcome.
I mean, if I look bad, you can blame him. If I look great, you can blame me. So, Leif, what did you find was your biggest challenge today?
Just trying to take it all in and have a look at what I'm doing and think more about what I'm doing, and look for the shots, look for the detail. There are a lot of people around here, so that was a challenge.
Yes.
So just being patient and waiting till they ducked out of the hallway when I was getting that long hallway shot. Yeah, that was a challenge.
You learn to listen for footprints, right?
Yes, yes.
So what was the biggest surprise for you, even though I think I know?
The biggest surprise for me was when we went to the stables and the auto thing there, and the old cars. I mean, the trip is better than the journey.
Yes.
Or the
journey's better than the church.
Yeah, whatever, however that goes. And the lines and the lighting and the curves in that trip down to the stables is fantastic.
The lighting
great
is
detail. And again, there were people coming and going,
yeah, you
so
just
we
have
had
to be patient. Yeah.
Yep.
For equipment, what's your recommendation for people with equipment?
I wish I had followed your lead and brought my fisheye.
I've been banging that drum forever.
In one place in the solarium there where we started, I got down on the floor and shot that
beautiful stained glass.
If I had my fisheye with me, I wouldn't have had to plan to get up after I got down on the floor.
I will definitely share mine with you just to make you feel jealous.
Yeah, that'll work.
So, overall, out of 10, what would you say this trip was?
I'd give it a 10. I have never been to Casaloma, so it's a 10 for me, and I gladly come back here. I'd love to sit in the dining room there and have a glass of wine.
Well, they do have a restaurant now. You can enjoy that.
So definitely I'll come back, and so it's a 10 for me.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for talking with us, and thanks for taking the camera stuff for
I
me.
enjoyed being your cameraman.
Love it.
Great.
All right, thanks. So we're done shooting for the day. I mean, what a marvel Casaloma is. 1911, it's part of our heritage. It's one of a kind building in probably all of Canada. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned to watch the light coming into the room, because in some cases it gave us a silhouette, and some cases it illuminated the space perfectly. So you got to watch for that. We learned that using a wide angle lens, and in my case I like using a fisheye lens for the ceiling, it really is a must for this kind of photography. Another thing too is you'll go into a room and there's so much there, you don't really know what to focus on. Try to find the little details that matter, especially in architecture. Like if you look up in the ceiling, some of the moldings make diamond shapes and triangles and all kinds of things. Learn to relax, learn to enjoy. I mean, one of the biggest surprises we had here is when we walked underground and the tunnel had all of these wonderful lighting and pipes and everything like that. So that was a real surprise. So we were ready for the surprise, which is good. But honestly, I will remember this trip for a little while. So hopefully all this information will help you. I'm glad you joined us. Stay tuned for our next episode.
It's time for the Photographer's Spotlight. In this episode, we highlight UK photographer Gavin Hoey. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Photographer's Podcast. Today, we're heading across the pond to the UK to meet a photographer who's not only built an incredible career with his camera, but also carved out a really fun and unique niche online. His name is Gavin Hoey, and if you've ever seen a photographer put themselves under the pressure of a 15-minute challenge, chances are you've seen Gavin at work. One of the things I like most about Gavin's work is he introduces us to new tools and gadgets that really inspire you to shoot scenes you have never thought of. Gavin's a UK-based photographer, and what makes him stand out isn't just his technical ability, it's his creativity under pressure. He's known around the world for his 15-minute photo challenges. The idea is simple. He gives himself just 15 minutes to come up with, shoot, and deliver a great image from a location or scene. It's part performance, part education, and part adrenaline rush. And it's made him a favorite among photographers of all skill levels. But what really shines through in Gavin's work is his teaching style. He has this gift for making photography accessible. Whether it's a beginner picking up a camera for the first time or an experienced shooter looking for new inspiration, Gavin explains things in a way that's practical, clear, and maybe most importantly, fun. After over 150 episodes, Gavin changed to more of a studio approach of teaching. He shows us how to take composites, portraits, and everything in between. Check out this quick video.
Definitely deliver, but you don't want to do this because you want a bit of control over your futuristic lighting. So rather than having all the lights going at once, let's start here with a simple one light setup like this. And once I've got the first light sorted out, I'll show you two alternative ways to use a second light and create futuristic style lighting effects. But first, let's talk about the lights. The lights I'm using today are the Lightmons LA300R and the LA150R. The R's the fun bit, that is the RGB colourful part, but of course it will do white light if that's what you want. But for my futuristic lighting, I definitely want some colour, so I'm going to switch into the HSI mode and dial in some direct numbers for full control. So I'm going to go with a hue value, which is the colour, of 210, and a saturation, I'm going to dial in 75. Now, I don't want to go too saturated with the colour because I want to have a little bit of the natural skin tone coming through. I don't want to completely blow this out with super saturated teal coloured lights. But this is my base exposure and my base colour for this entire setup. With the blue light on Chloe from the Lightmons LA300R, I'm going to use the Lightmons 150R to put a different colour onto Chloe, but not right the way across her face. I just want to put a little edge of colour just to separate her from the background. Now the colour I've dialed in here has a hue value of 280 and a saturation of 75. And I'm going to position it roughly at Chloe's eye height and turned just slightly in so it catches the side of her face and lights the background a little bit as well. I might change the background, but for now, this is what this looks like. And that's this first look set up. So I think we should take a few photos like this. Chloe, are you ready? Ready. Here we go. The intensity or power of the lights is going to depend on the camera settings you're using, but to get my camera settings to work, I'm running at 100% power on the LA300R, but only 3% power on the Lightmon's LA150R, simply because of the amazing efficiency you get from that reflector that's included in the kit. Although I'm looking at lighting, you can't really ignore the background, because if I just switch out the textured background just to the plain white wall of my studio, same lighting, but very different results. This is the Godox BP-SE. It's a projection unit only for LED lights, and I've got the 65mm lens. I'm going to replace the standard reflector that comes in the kit on the Lightmon's LA150R with the projection unit. Now this, for our futuristic lighting style, opens up a whole range of possibilities, because you can put gobos and project shapes, but today the future is round. So let me take you through the setup for this second look. The main light, the key light, exactly the same light placement, same light type, same light color. Behind, I've now got the LA150R beaming a circle that's nice and sharp onto the whitish wall of our studio. And if I take this picture, it's going to be okay. We're going to get the same blue light on Chloe, pink background that we had before. However, that color scheme works really well, but I don't have to stick with it. In fact, what I'm going to do is to reverse the colors. Now, you could do this manually by changing them, or you can just program it into the app, which is what I've done. And now I have pink light on Chloe and a blue circle. And that looks like this, which is a very different color scheme. Now, the brightness of that circle back there is critically important. If you have the illumination level too high, it's going to go to a pure white. If you have it too low, it's going to be quite a strong color. Which one is correct is entirely up to you. And I strongly recommend that you experiment with all of these colors and all of these powers to get a whole range of photos, which is exactly what we're going to do. So Chloe, are you ready? Ready. Here we go. To really maximize the color saturation I'm getting from these Lightmon's LED lights, I've turned off all of the room lights for the stills photography power. And because I haven't moved the LA300R, it still has the same 2-foot by 3-foot softbox. It's still at 100% intensity, but the LA150R with the projector, I found I needed about 25% intensity to get the color and look I'm after. Choosing the right color for your images is just as important thing as choosing the right exposure, and the Lightmon's range from Godox with their RGB capabilities really gives me a whole bunch of opportunities to explore that. In fact, what color would you use for your futuristic portraits?
I have learned so much from Gavin's videos, and I am sure you will too.